What's up, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Dawson's Fish Tanks, bringing it to you from Steve's house on a Species Sunday. Not using my normal camera because this freaking Kodak froze on Species Sunday. Low quality stuff, but I'm going to bring you a high quality video. Here's what's going on. Steve, your 55 looks amazing, bro, but we got to talk about something. People been asking me. They want to know. They got to know. It's a fish I've never kept. It's a fish that you've bred, my friend. I want to talk about some discus today. Bring it to me, dude. If you're a beginner and you've had some experience with some tanks and you've had some good fish and you want to get a discus, put me in your seat. What would you do? Talk about some discus, bro.
All right, discus. I mean, now the thing is, if you're a beginner, I don't recommend discus.
I've never done them, folks. I don't do them. I think I'll kill them. Like, I don't even mess with them.
I mean, there's a few things. I got a few thoughts about discus. And you can believe them. Some people have other opinions, but here's my thoughts on it. First thing about discus is discus thrive at like 84 degrees. So if you are going to want a planted tank with discus, you're committing yourself to at least 80 degrees. So you got to throw a lot of species out the windows because a lot of species can't even handle 80 degrees. The other thing, discus are heavy eaters, especially baby discus. So I really don't recommend doing a planted tank with a baby discus. My advice to you, raise a discus up in a bare bottom tank or a tank with no plants, do a lot of water changes, get it to grow to the size you want, train it on pellets, some kind of low maintenance food. You can do bloodworms, but if you do a lot of that heavy beef heart, it won't work with the planted tank. You're gonna have a ton of algae. So I really think adult discus, minimum size tank, absolutely minimum is a 55. 75-gallon tanks work really well with discus. 125 is even better. The bigger the better, but you gotta be willing to do the water changes. I'm getting ready to set up a 72-gallon bow front.
That's where we pin him in the corner, folks. We do a Species Sunday on discus. Now you're committed, bro. Now you gotta do the discus 72 bow front. You gotta do it.
Yeah, so the thing is, they like a lot of water change. You gotta keep the temperature at 80 degrees. You gotta keep high quality water. RO water is not a must, especially if you've got decent quality city water. If you've got really high mineral water, you're gonna have to do a little RO or distilled water. It's just a must. But as far as feeding them, if they can take pellets, if they're willing to eat pellets, you're gonna have a lot less waste. It's gonna work a lot better. I suggest if you do like a 75, do like 4 adult discus or something really light. You don't want to overstock your tank. Use simple, easy to grow plants. I think Rotella does great with discus.
Yeah, what are some good plants with discus, bro?
Cryptocorns go great with discus. I like Anubias. As far as some of the more fancy stuff like the stargrass, you mean it doesn't like the heat.
So the thing here is that there's a difference because like a lot of plants can handle a low temperature. A lot of people know that I don't run hardly any heaters at all on my tanks and I keep them at a low temp. So with discus, you're going the opposite direction of that. So that's something you want to be careful of.
Well, I think fast growing stuff is really good because you're typically going to feed them heavy. So you're going to have a lot of waste. So if it grows fast, it's going to compete against the algae better. So you really want a heavy planted tank if you're going to do discus.
And if I were to do it, I'd do a bunch of jungle val and a bunch of sage and just let them cruise in and out of it.
Sage works great.
Yeah, but consumable tank mates, since we're looking at some, what can you keep in with discus?
So Cory cats go great with discus.
They love the high. Cory cats can handle the high temps. Don't mind it.
Cardinal tetras, mono shrimps. All great. Rummy node tetras
let's show that on
also
mono shrimp. I don't show those much.
There's a mono shrimp right down there.
Yeah.
Good for algae. Also, rummy nose tetras are really hard to keep too, but they work great at high temperatures. They're a cool fish. People don't keep them a lot, so I highly recommend those.
Yeah.
You need good filtration. You need a good heater. You need good temperature control. They don't like a lot of light.
Well, that was my next question.
So you can do a lot of light, and some of them will tolerate it, but as a species, they don't like a lot of light. So the perfect tank is probably something lower, just a couple fluorescent bulbs. Do something like Rotella and dwarf sage, and just let it grow at its own pace. And I have done dirted tanks with discus. It can work. I've also used some of the mono soil and some of that other stuff with discus. That works well too. Good filtration is the key. Good water changes.
And you bred them as well, right?
Yeah, we'll have an update when I get my discus. I also recommend getting discus from a good breeder. I like RockyMountainDiscus.com. I like MrDiscus.com, which is the Sunrise Tropical place. Those are the two ones I've had the best
Those are
experience.
legit. Okay.
I also want to shout out to my boy Rod up in Hawaii with Hawaii Discus. What's up, Rod?
What's up?
He's a cool dude, so don't be afraid to order from him either.
Nice. All right. Well, one last question before we let you go, and I know it's unfair for me to ask because I've got a project hanging over my
By
head.
the way, you can't breed discus in a planted tank.
Okay. When do you think you'll have your discus tank up, brother? People have been asking. You don't need to say when it's ready, and we can leave it at that.
September.
September? Oh, that's far out.
All right.
Oh, hey, we'll take September.
Late
August.
Give me some time.
All right, folks. Species Sunday from a different camera. Hope I can upload this sucker. Be good.